Chapter 4, Mishnah 1. In the previous chapter, we learned that 3 withdrawals of funds were made from the treasury chamber over the course of the year. The Mishnah refers to these periodic withdrawals simply as terumah. The Mishnah now teaches what was done with the terumah funds. We now turn to the words of the Mishnah. What did they do with the terumah funds? With these funds, they would buy lambs for the daily Tamid offerings, animals for the Sabbath and festival Musaf offerings, and their nesachim, i.e., the mincha offerings, and wine libations that accompanied these offerings. These funds were also used to buy the barley for the Omer offering brought on the second day of Pesach each year. The 2 loaves that were brought along with the other offerings on Shavuos, the panim breads, and all of the other communal offerings. In addition to paying for offerings, terumah funds are sometimes used to pay the wages of those who provide a service necessary for bringing communal offerings. Those who were appointed to watch over the aftergrowths of wheat and barley during the Shemitah year, so that they should be available for the Omer and the 2 loaves offerings, also take their wages from the terumah withdrawn from the treasury chamber. The Mishnah now discusses whether the watchmen must be paid, or whether unpaid volunteers can also serve as watchmen. Rabbi Yossi says the treasury is not required to hire and pay watchmen. Instead, someone who wishes may even volunteer to watch over the aftergrowths as an unpaid watchman, and the produce he guards is still acceptable for use in the Omer and the 2 loaves offerings. Although these are communal offerings that must be brought from the communal property, and ownerless objects guarded by an unpaid watchman can become his, these aftergrowths may still be used. In Rabbi Yossi's opinion, if one donates personal property, e.g. livestock or produce, as is the case here, for use as a communal offering, the donation becomes communal property and can be used for communal offerings. Therefore, even if the volunteer watchman acquired the wheat or barley he was guarding, when he gives it to the temple to be used for the communal offerings, it may be used for that purpose. The rabbis responded to Rabbi Yossi, "You, Rabbi Yossi, also say that these, the Omer and the 2 loaves, are communal offerings that may be brought only using communal funds. Therefore, in order to ensure that the produce remains communal property, the watchmen must be paid employees of the communal fund, who do not acquire the produce they watch over. It is the opinion of the rabbis that items donated by an individual to the temple for use as a communal offering do not necessarily become communal property. Such donations are therefore not acceptable for use in a communal offering. Since an unpaid watchman may acquire the produce he guards, the rabbis disagree with Rabbi Yossi and require the temple treasury to pay the watchman."